On behalf of Ireland's Governor and Minister for Finance, Mr Paschal Donohoe, I would like to thank the President and the Government of Ghana for hosting us this week. We are also grateful for the leadership of President Adesina and the hard work of the bank management in ensuring that we could meet in Accra. As this is our first in-person annual meeting as members of the bank, we look forward to reconnecting with old friends and meeting new ones. Ireland's engagement in Africa is underpinned by our long-standing approaches to development, cooperation and related commitment to the Sustainable Development Goals. These lie at the heart of Ireland's international development policy and our engagement with multilateral development banks, such as the AfDB. In the short 2 years since Ireland became a member of the bank, a number of complex interrelated challenges have emerged globally. These have impacted on Africa in particular in a very severe way, eroding significant progress in the previous decade while also exposing existing fragilities and deep-seated structural problems. In this regard, 4 key challenges are evident. Number 1, in addition to the immediate impact of COVID-19 on health and life, the pandemic undermined economic progress, with the most serious effects for the most vulnerable and those furthest behind. Climate continues to present profound challenges with worsening prospects for the future. Price inflation, in particular rising commodity and energy prices, are emerging as critical threats to food security and worsening poverty. Rising debt levels and concerns about debt sustainability are hindering the ability of governments to develop and implement meaningful policy interventions to assist citizens coping with these other 3 challenges. Ireland remains convinced that by working in partnership with leading multilateral institutions such as the AfDB, we can make a more effective contribution to addressing these challenges and supporting Africa to realise its enormous potential. The impact of climate change continues to undermine progress towards achieving the SDGs and exacerbates the vulnerability of least developing countries. Despite the emergence of other pressing problems, this is not the time to lose focus on our climate ambition. The AfDB is the only multilateral development bank to have succeeded in allocating over 50% of its climate finance to adaptation. Ireland strongly supports this focus and we encourage further efforts to build on this success. Congratulations to the President and the bank on this achievement. The challenge of food insecurity is not new, but unfortunately it has recently regained the prominence and urgency with the unjustified and unprovoked Russian invasion of Ukraine, which we condemn. The bank has a strong track record in supporting food production and we welcome its work. This support is more necessary than ever and we welcome the step up in this area. The rapid rise in food and commodity prices, which followed Russia's war in Ukraine, illustrates the vulnerability of many African countries to global food price shocks. This vulnerability is even starker in fragile contexts, which are home to more than 3/4 of the world's poorest people. Reaching the furthest behind requires us to address the interlinkage between climate change, food security, conflict and development. It also requires us to work across the humanitarian, development and peace nexus. In this regard, Ireland is committed to working in partnership with the AfDB and other stakeholders at international, regional, national and local levels. This is necessary to develop the maximum impacts for people living in these fragile contexts which are coming under further pressure. The African Economic Outlook has confirmed that the region's indebtedness has accelerated. The bank has a pivotal role to play in assisting regional members improve and enhance sound debt management, strengthen domestic resource mobilisation, practice strong debt transparencies and enhance macrofinance policy frameworks. This will in turn lay the foundation for stronger growth and economic resilience through the provision of productive investments that enhance the resilience of economies in the long term. Ireland has made tackling gender equality a priority in its international development policy. Gender equality is both a fundamental right and an essential condition for achieving sustainable development. Given the role of women in agriculture in Africa, gender equality is closely connected with food security. There are also strong linkages between gender equality, climate change and fragility. The AfDB has recognised these connections and it has demonstrated a very strong commitment to mainstreaming gender across its operations. Ireland fully supports this endeavour and looks forward to further progress in this area. And if the last 2 years have taught us anything, it has highlighted our connectedness. The challenges we all face are too great and too complex for any one country or indeed any one region to tackle alone. By working together through closer regional integration and stronger multilateral cooperation, we can successfully address these challenges to help deliver on Africa's potential to benefit the region, its countries and most importantly its people, especially the poorest people. The AfDB's role in fostering sustainable and inclusive social and economic growth and prosperity in Africa is more important than ever. Ireland looks forward to growing our partnership in the years ahead and to working with the bank and other members in achieving further successes. Thank you and we wish you well with the annual meeting.